Whop! Welcome back. Or are we back? Is this just real life? Or is it fantasy? If it is fantasy, you need some work. We need to go back into the oven for a little while, the fantasy oven. I don't have nearly as many big mommy milkers as I should.
That's fair. No, none of us do, really.
You think we combined all our four respective moobs together, we'd have one decent mommy milker?
I don't know. You're gonna have to pick up the slack because I've been shrinking mine slowly.
Well, me too. So, yeah, I think we'd have a respectable.
Damn. All right, we need to get Augusta in here to help out.
Welcome back to the lack of mommy milker show. No wonder we're not very popular. I mean, when Keffels can fucking have a better spread than us, we don't stand a chance.
Interesting use of Keffels and spread in the same sentence.
I guess you don't follow her on Twitter. She's been thirst posting as of late.
Oh my.
And you know what else? Fucking respect. She's not bad to look at. But welcome back to two old pervy guys with beards talking about controversial people and their boobs.
I'm not looking up Keffels' Twitter while we're talking right now or anything. What are you talking about?
Look for her cat girl era from like a few days ago.
I found an actual cat.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. I love how everyone who hates her is like, you know, I don't like how Keffels brought down Kiwi Farms, but she is kind of hot. That's how we get in. Yeah, right? Although she can't do a cat girl noise to save her life. It's like which sounds
a cat girl in heat.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Maybe. Didn't even think of that. Or like
this is a little upsetting. The internet isn't too happy with Keffels' solution to stop incels. She has a solution to stop incels. What is this about?
I have no idea.
Hold on, there's a screenshot. Okay, one of her posts says there would be less incels if people were less transphobic. There's a lot of straight trans women out there eager to ride some dick, and you are all just sleeping on that. Okay, well, I guess part of the internet might be mad at that. I don't see what's wrong with it.
I have more respect for people who want to, who are okay with trans women. Like, I can't get over the whole if they haven't had like bottom surgery, because like aesthetically they can look brilliant, and then, you know, they take down off their pants and it's just a dick, and that's like where I'm like, well, that's me for the evening, I guess. But
right,
these days that seems to be less and less of a problem, and I've got nothing but respect for people who don't have a wink of issues with that, because they're probably gonna get laid a whole lot more than me.
You know what? That reminds me of something that I always found confusing, was the whole pansexual thing. Like, as far as I understand, like, I was always confused by that, because like, what's the difference between pansexual and bisexual? And from what I understand, people say, like, you know, some bisexual people have a problem with trans people for some reason. I'm like, well, why would they?
Right?
If you're bisexual, you like both sets of genitals anyways. Why do you give a shit if they're trans or not? How does that affect you? Like, I'm so confused.
As always, I look to my daddy Vosh for answers, because he is pan, and he says when people ask...
That's a sentence that you should never say. Go ahead.
I know who I am. It used to be my daddy TJ, who also I could have used as an example.
Still can.
Yeah, it's technically true. But yeah, Vosh has said that, like, he just easily says, "Oh, I'm bi." It just because it saves time. As far as he's concerned, there is no real difference. Some people will argue that there is, but it's not a fight to have. Like, it's not, it's like such a minuscule difference that it's there's so many other things.
the need for the designation of pan just confuses me. Like, where the fuck are these bi people who are upset at trans people? Like, what? What the fuck?
I guarantee there's like a few turfs out there who are who call themselves pan.
Maybe, but it just seems weird. Like, if you're bisexual and this cute lady pulls up the dress and there's a dick down there, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'm cool with those too. Let's go.
You're
Right?
kind of getting 2 for 1. I've heard people say that.
Kind of. Best of both worlds.
Right? Now, obviously,
So to speak.
you do you so long as everyone's consenting. It's just yeah, like that seems to be like missing the forest from the trees. You know, like
Yeah.
don't be getting into a fight over like. Oh God, there was I saw a post from somebody who was posting this like how can people think like this, and it was, if I remember right, someone saying unless you present as a as the gender that you actually are, you're insulting people who have transitioned.
That's a head scratcher.
Yeah, like how does that explain people who've just come out? Like what if I came out as trans like right now? Would people be like, oh, you don't have like feminine features? Well, first of all, I have beautiful eyes. Second of all, like leave people to make up their own decisions. Like go at their own pace. It's like people who saying unless you have. When I was younger, and it was starting to ever so slightly become more normal, people would say stuff like, um, if people wanted to transition, that was fine, but they have to go all the way. They have to have like bottom surgery right away, or else it doesn't count. That's that's fucking just weird,
First
man.
of all, not everybody can afford to do that.
Yeah, it's super cheap, isn't it?
Second of all, that's kind of a scary step, you know?
Right off the bat, yeah.
It's intimidating.
It
Very
is
permanent decision you're making there.
yeah, and a very painful one. It's not like it just happens overnight. Um, well, that was a tangent to start off a show with. that we're mostly going to talk about Twitter, but in a way, that's my Twitter.
To a tangent to a tangent.
Yeah, to a tangent. Maybe I should have just called this show the Tangent episode.
I mean, I feel like it's just baked into the title of the show, so we're covered for every episode.
That's true, yeah. We've often never really addressed the thing that we've talked about, we had on show, so it's not a big deal. But we should at least shill. This is Bearded Ramblings, where Krendar and I will, well, as you've been noticing, ramble while bearded. We have, of course, the links down the doobly-doo. So if you haven't already, like, shared, and subscribed, and hit that bell, too. Don't forget to check out...
YouTube likes it when we say that.
Yeah, fucking YouTube. Don't forget to check out Krendar's All-in-One on his Linktree, where you'll also find, well, not on his Linktree, but next to it, you'll find my Discord, our Twitch, Twitter, subject of this evening, and we have a stream goal. Anything given, greatly appreciated via Streamlabs. Yeah, boy. Okay, there we go. So, how have you been this week, man? Good, bad, indifferent?
Going all right. Actually, my birthday's coming off this Saturday, but since I'm working that day,
Ooh.
I figured yesterday I was out getting some groceries and stuff, so I figured I'd do a birthday dinner for myself while I was out yesterday, since I can't on Saturday. I went and tried this new Chinese place downtown with an amusing name of Papa Spicy.
Yeah.
But it was pa and pa as like both capitalized words, not as in father.
Yeah.
But sadly, I was very disappointed by the place. It was one of those ones that you go in there and the menu is like minimal English at all, but it's got pictures, so you can still figure out what you're ordering. But then, like, I ordered a spicy chicken thing, and I swear the chicken I got was 80% bones and fat. Like there was almost no meat at all. And that seems to be a thing with those places that seem to be catering more to like the authentic Chinese crowd and with Anglophones as like an afterthought kind of thing. They do like the more authentic, like back home style. Which for some reason they're still stuck in the mentality of like, oh, we're all starving and we have to eat whatever we can scrounge up. It's like, no, just buy some fucking chicken with meat on it. Like it's available now.
That's why they that's why we see like Chinese people like eating like bugs and stuff like that, because they used to have to just eat whatever they could.
Yeah.
And that's where dogs
Yeah.
also came from. It was actually a standing of status nowadays in like the 90s when people didn't have to eat their dogs but actually could take care of them.
Yeah. So the food had nice veggies in it, but like I said, there was almost no meat at all. And they had like both hot peppers and some peppercorns in there. But one thing that annoyed me is you get this in a place now and again where you get some food where like there's peppercorns in the sauce. It's like I can understand like cooking the sauce with peppercorns for the flavor, but like take the peppercorns out before you serve it because I don't want to be crunching down on a peppercorn with my teeth while I'm eating it.
That's weird because I've gotten steak dishes that have peppercorns in like the sauce.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
But here's the thing: when I bite into them, I expect them to be crunchy as well. But they've lost all their crunch.
They're soft.
Soft. Yeah.
Because the way it's been cooked. Yeah.
Mm.
But again, like I don't want it to be crunchy, and I don't want that burst of pepper spice in my mouth as I crack the peppercorn with my teeth, right? Like I don't want that.
That's fair.
And it just overwhelmed the sauce with peppercorn flavor too much. Like having it still in there just makes it worse. Like learn to use a sachet to piece, jerks.
Nah. But basically, what you're saying is that you're a sensitive white boy who can't handle his spices, as is ancient tradition.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say that because I felt it was obvious.
Some of us are trying to do better than what nature's given us, man.
I'm just glad that because it was my birthday, I was treating it as my birthday dinner. I had already decided to splurge a little bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to feel bad by leaving that restaurant and then going to another restaurant because I was still hungry.
Right.
Because there's no fucking meat on my goddamn meal. Oh well. I learned not to go to there anymore.
No. Well, in
Papa
a way,
Spicy, you suck.
knowledge is the best gift. That or an invoice and then getting kicked in the balls.
That was a gift for both of them.
It's the gift that keeps on hurting every time he gets to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Stand up to the tyranny of his deadbeat father.
Now he can say that he has punted one of his parents. So
there
it's
you
the
go.
Yeah, now he just has to. I don't want to finish that line of thought. All right. Can you see the Twitter up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is a little bit earlier. Never forget the Kazakh protesters who operate on horseback. Some step violence.
They're like reverse
And one too.
that was loud.
Was it? Let's lower a little bit.
I don't know if it's because I changed Discord settings recently or not, but that was very loud to me. And if you said anything during that, I did not hear it.
Fair enough. Let's say that's how they do shit in
cool
step.
Music though.
Oh yeah, it's Mongol. Well, it's not even Mongolian. It would be just like Kazakh throat singing. Which
Yeah, the music was though.
Oh.
Actually, it's funny. I set up a Spotify playlist to play music off of while I'm at work, and I just started using it last week. And one of the tracks on there is one of the songs from the Mongolian throat singing band, The Who.
Is that the?
And I was impressed that at least one person at work recognized it.
That's cool.
Good for them.
Mongolian throat singing peaked when Skaven had their own version of Warhammer.
Oh, interesting.
You never heard of it?
No.
It's
No.
only a few seconds long. It's meant to be like an ambient track, but it's you can even translate it, and it's basically
Bring it up.
just yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, anybody watching this right now, if you're not familiar with The Who, spelled H-U, check them out on the YouTube. I really like their song Wolf Totem. That's the one I got on my playlist. You're skipped to like halfway in or something. Oh. Cool.
Apparently it's translated too somewhere. And it's a prayer to the Horned Rat to hurt all non-Skaven. Yeah, and then it just goes more ambient after that.
All right. So yeah, I think the issue I'm having with the volume is I turned it up Discord on the volume mixer, and I think that when you're sharing your screen, it does not follow the volume setting that I put you on.
Oh shit!
Like if I adjust your user volume, I think your shared thing doesn't do the same thing. So I'm having to just mess with it on my side a little bit. But that was very cool music though.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like weird chaos rat Mongols.
I'm just surprised they can all work in unison that much without trying to stab each other at the same time.
That's amazing.
I
I mean, it happens sometimes, but not as often as you'd think.
Oh yeah, this is cool. This is from Boston Dynamics.
Yeah. Oh, before we start this thing, by the
Yeah.
way, speaking of Warhammer stuff, apparently the new game Darktide is coming out for Game Pass soon.
Right, and guess who just lost his Game Pass?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not this guy. No. That sucks. But,
if I get my hands on it, do you want to do a co-op stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done that since Dawn of War.
Hopefully, I don't know how they do the co-op setup, so I don't know. Like, try to get it back through your Game Pass, and then
yeah,
because that way we'll both have the same version. It'll definitely work.
I've seen some footage out of it, and it's basically just like 40k Vermintide, and I'm okay with this.
Yeah, it's Vermintide but 40k, which is why they still use the word "tide" in the name, but there's more gunplay to it because it's 40k.
What I love,
I think one of the characters is still a psyker. I'm just not 100% sure which one.
No, I watched Luton do a breakdown of it, and one of the characters is a psyker.
Yeah.
So you'd probably want to put the
which one.
Ogren.
All I know is it's not the Ogren.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wonder if there is an Ogren psyker.
That'd be scary.
Probably if when they like fall to chaos, they'll like get pseudo possessed, and then maybe I don't know, they become like a beacon. That'd be kind of interesting. So this is from Boston Dynamics, and it's been a while since they uploaded the video, but
yeah,
to say that they've been getting better is an understatement. It's Lara Croft's mansion training room from the first game.
I think I've seen this one before. Did they just repost something?
No, as far as I can tell, that's November the 2nd.
Or maybe they're just doing something similar to what they've done. Oh no, okay, this is new. I haven't seen that vault over thing, I don't think.
Yeah, they did do the
back. Wasn't there backlook at some point? Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. I haven't seen it, but they do it in the same room. I know that because I recognize the windows.
Yeah, it might be that they're this is a new version of something they've done before, but more refined.
Maybe, but the fact they can pull that off,
it's very good though.
Yeah. All right, so Let's get rid of it. Same problem as before. I gotta remember to get rid of everyone after we watch it, or else, you know, I'm going to end up regretting it like a week or two
Or you
later.
end up repeating things because you forget. Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, also you gotta clean the list or it gets too huge. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I like it better than Chrome because it's not just one giant list that gets smaller and smaller. You can't read it. It will scroll, which
Oh,
is
okay,
nice. Yeah. This is Man in Red Hat. Oh yeah, the Tulsa, Oklahoma donut shop after the drag queen
Red
event.
says that robot is the T800's granddad.
Probably. I remember one of those terrible Transformers, different robot, different death robots. Terminator films. You had the T1, which was like just on tracks with 2 chain guns strapped to it.
It was the what were those ones called from Doctor Who? The exterminate robots.
Oh, the Dalek.
Yeah, it's like the initial Daleks that could be defeated by stairs.
Oh, do you still want me to bring Red Eye in?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
If he's ready.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're gonna have a surprise guest for once. We're bringing Red Eye in.
A surprise guest, the guy we just said. Surprise.
Well, I didn't put it down in the text, so like people will be coming in like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm hearing 2 other people's voices.
No, I'm just having a laugh at calling it a surprise right after saying who it was.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't listen to him. What you were talking about? There, see, it's still a surprise.
There he is. Surprise.
Surprise.
Howdy.
Oh, I lost the. We have to redo the share screen though.
Of course. Or, nope, I just made you the main image.
Hi, everybody.
There we go.
Everybody enjoying my ring light?
Sounds. My washing machine's going, so just ignore it.
Can't hear it.
We can't hear it.
Oh, you will.
Discord's pretty good at noise filtering in the background, usually.
You got the mic facing away from it. Hopefully, yeah. So, quick thing about Tesla Bot. Tesla Bot is a massive pile of shit. Honda's robot could do what Tesla Bot faked in their video. That was not done properly. If you go watch the video, it's all spliced together footage. It doesn't actually do shit. Honda's robots were doing that 15 years ago, pouring drinks of water live on stage, like legit. Boston Dynamics, they've created the Terminator. That thing can parkour, and it can dance. Ooh,
we watch it.
You want to take it to the prom because it's going to impress everyone with its dance moves. It can shake its tail feather. It's impressive. Tesla is a joke, and if you look what happened to their share price after that announcement, it dipped again and Tesla's share price has lost about half its value in the last 12 months because everyone's starting to realize what Elon Musk is a massive fraud.
So that's what's going to happen to Twitter now.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why he bought the worst website in the world, but he's so screwed it's not funny.
Well, the thing is, I think he's almost like that German pilot who committed suicide by crashing the plane full of people. I think he's kind of like, well, I'm not the incredible genius I thought I was, so no one has any right to have any fun.
Listen, Theranos was an $8 billion house of cards. Elon's tens of billions. When that comes down, and it's coming down, I know it. Just wait for it. They're looking at him for more fraud related charges. He had to step down from Tesla's as CEO in 2018 to settle fraud charges. Everything.
So the only reason I'm going to have to, Lev, I'm going to have to disagree with you on one point. There's no way Elon Musk is ever going to say, "Well, I'm not the genius I thought I was."
Oh, no, then I'll rephrase it. He'll say, you don't deserve my brilliance.
That's better.
Yeah.
Where's
That's more
Tesla
accurate.
truck? Where's that Tesla truck?
It's on fire somewhere.
Where's that underground automatic card roadway?
In the same place as the it's in the same place as the Nikola truck, if you remember that one. That dude's now in prison for fraud. Where's the chick from Theranos?
Mhm.
Oh, that's right. She's not doing too good. She's worth exactly zero. She was worth $8 billion.
Speaking of the truck, it just reminds me how inside his factory you can actually buy and build a cyber wagon, and the wheels are squares, and it actually drives around as if the wheels are actually squares. It goes like clunk, 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 clunk. It's great.
The best way I heard Cybertruck described by someone was like, it's like an 8-year-old designed a car in a fevered state while they were sick, and then when they got better, they woke up, saw it on the table, and then screwed it up and threw it in the fucking bin where it belonged. By the way, I've seen reports that Cybertruck will not be road registerable in the EU because of its design. It's just so poorly designed by a wanker that you can't get it registered on the road in the EU.
You know what he's going to do
state.
he's going to do as a response? He's going to find every single person who rejected his application on that that review board, and he'll make sure their Twitter is like full of like spam ads. He thinks that'll get back at them.
Now, here's a little bit info about Twitter too. You know how everyone was going, oh no, they security escorted those people out of the building. That's because those two people refused to leave because they wanted to make a spectacle of it to show that Elon Musk is just a massive douchebag and will have security escort you from the building. They stayed there and it basically just went until the people came on. Come on, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, all right.
Surveillance.
It's just a spectacle. They forced his hand and made him do shit.
We'll be probably spending a good chunk of the evening looking at Elon. That's why I'm getting some of these other ones out of the way first.
No worries.
But I mean, if you want to talk about a douchebag,
From the donut hole catches
let's talk about douchebags because, like, I'm one of them. I'm an expert.
Around 2:30 this morning.
He's got the inside info.
Say the person first
Hell
puts
yeah,
a
dude.
letter
I'm an
with
insider. What do you want to know?
anti-LGBTQ rhetoric on the door of a neighboring business, then uses a bat to smash through the glass door. Once
We've
it's
got
broken,
sources.
you can see the person light a Molotov cocktail,
Yeah,
throw
I
it
don't
inside,
get
and
invited to
take
watch
off.
the Twitter. Why?
Chemical of some kind in it.
I know why. I've seen. There's actually video of him sitting out there where he goes, you know what they have in China? It's called WeChat, and it's the everything app, and that's the key there. He wants to make an everything app, and you know what everything apps do well? Nothing. Do you know what they do really badly?
Red,
Everything.
Red, are you watching the stream? Like the share stream? That's what we've been. Yeah, we've been watching this for. Like,
there's no share. You have to redo the share.
Why do I have to redo it?
You have to redo the share to us.
Oh, for
It
God's...
died when you brought Red Eye in.
I'm sorry, I broke it.
You did. It's all his fault. It's all his fault. There
we go.
You can see it now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Red Hat Firebomb.
Firebomb.
Surveillance video from the donut hole catches a person in dark clothing and a red hat walking up to the business around 2:30 this morning. Investigators say the person first puts a letter with anti-LGBTQ rhetoric on the door of a neighboring business, then uses a bat to smash through the glass door. Once it's broken, you can see the person light a Molotov cocktail, throw it inside, and take off.
It's got, chemical of some kind in it that is meant to spread fire quickly and cause a great.
Good job committing a crime on camera, buddy.
Also, firefighters say the homemade explosive did not spread and only caused minor damage.
He can't even do it right.
The what's his name? The Jeff linked this, and I think he went to this drag queen event just to see the protesters and to go inside and see for himself how bad it was. And as he said, nothing these protesters were saying was happening inside at all. There weren't kids being indoctrinated or groomed or taken into back rooms or anything like that. Of course, there wasn't secret like hand signals by people and shit. Like, go and watch Jeff's shit. But then this dude just shows up and firebombs it. And why the hell is my phone so goddamn busy today? I don't care. But yeah, I don't like people who think this is a good answer for something that they read about online. Like when I saw those guys in Russia like destroying the registry officers for like like the recruitment, I was on board with that because, you know, they were going to be conscripted and sent to the meat grinder. So they weren't exactly thrilled about it.
Yeah.
This person probably saw something on Facebook.
Yeah. Even if it was accurate, or, I mean, this kind of shit, firebombing stuff, that's not even a valid answer to anything except for maybe the Westboro Baptist Church.
Well, sure, but then they just got a different church. Nice people are inside it, but that raises different questions. Oh, here's a rather
this.
Yeah, you remember her.
Well, I remember the story anyway.
Yeah, so the pit, the foam pit at TwitchCon from a few weeks ago.
The non-pit.
Yeah, that was like a thimble deep. She had surgery and it was pretty extreme and agonizing, as she'll show here.
I'm out of breath. If you can't tell, I'm already out of breath. I get out of breath holding my phone, everything. But they did an amazing job. The stitches were inside because I'm a model. So I was like, can you do anything to hide the stitches? So the scar doesn't look, and I'm growing my armpit hair out, so don't judge me. But the scar looks really...
See it around here.
Fucking hell.
I
hope she gets millions.
Oh,
millions.
Try tens of millions, if not 20s of millions or 30s of millions because of this extra sadness.
And then also, like, I don't care, everyone's gonna know, but I was pregnant. And I didn't find out until I was in the hospital. So I also have, like, crazy hormones. I'm not pregnant anymore because of the surgery. I couldn't keep it. But my hormones are just also through the fucking roof because of that.
That's
to
heartbreaking.
Twitch into the next dimension.
Oh, they didn't just cripple a person; they also killed a baby.
Yeah, miscarriage.
Wow. Twitch. I hope. I don't say this about too many companies and mean it, but I really can't wait for that company just to fucking die. It's just shit. It is like
they
YouTube
owe me 50
crap.
quid. So once I get my 50 quid, they can fucking burn.
I'll tell you right now why it's shit. It's because Amazon bought it. It's under Amazon, and that's the problem.
Do you remember Justin TV?
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I know that that's the thing that was before Twitch, and it was way better back then.
I used to log on there, right? And if you wanted to watch any cartoon, any show that not brand new but older stuff, you could just go and find original Star Trek or whatever Star Trek you wanted. And what they'd do is they'd get that channel would get hammered with a copyright claim. So the channels I used to watch would just add a digit to whatever thing. So they went from one. I was watching such and such channel 89. It was the 89th channel because as soon as they'd get poleaxed, they'd have their next channel ready to go. It'd be back up within 2 minutes streaming, and it'd go for a week before it'd get hit again.
Oh, now it's time for 90th.
Oh God! But Twitch now, it's like they turned it into Simps paradise. It's like chicks can go on there, body paint, and that's it, and they're fine. A guy takes his t-shirt off, he gets yeeted off the platform for nudity.
It gets weirder than that. A woman can wear like a crop top, and maybe 1/15 of a side boob can be shown when she's like raising her arm up, and she'll get booted. But then for like a month, but then that girl who got railed, like just got fucked live on screen. She got taken down for a week. Like, there's no standards. Casey Tron goes on about this all the time. There's like no standards of anything. I don't know what music I can or cannot play. I don't know what videos I can and cannot watch. I also have to admit this. I was generally surprised they went after the gambling guys because the hot tub stuff. The reason went after the gambling was because they say it's aimed towards kids. Is no one going to address this? No adult men go on unironically to the hot tub streams or the like. Kids do, because they can't get into like Pornhub yet, so they go on to Twitch. And they do that. So it's kind of geared towards a younger... Now, they'll say, no, it's not. And of course, the girls on it aren't like snickering as all these like prepubescent boys show up or any shit like that. No, of course not. But it's kind of an unspoken thing that the only people who'd be watching that shit would be clearly people who couldn't watch regular porn.
You would think.
Obviously, it goes by case to case. The stuff with... was it Pokimane the one who got into that the whole thing with her boyfriend, or Amaranth?
No, that was Amaranth.
Yeah. With her case, I think it was more to do with just the drama. She's living on her own now, and she stopped doing the hot tub streams, and she's now doing stuff about horses, apparently, just riding horses and shit. Oh, he's happy, apparently.
Twitch should be put down, like TikTok. I'm not a fan of that platform either. It's garbage.
It might be garbage, but it's the hot money. It's the hot money.
The thing that confuses me with TikTok and, of course, YouTube's Shorts thing where they're copying TikTok is, why do they automatically repeat the video over and over again automatically? What's the point of that?
Attention deficit disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, everybody born after the year 2010 has it, and that's how they deliver entertainment now, is in short little bip, 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 bip.
Right, but like I understand why that would cause them to want like short little quick videos, but why loop it automatically? Like, are they watching the same thing 5 times over in a row, or what the fuck?
Well, get your view count up pretty damn quick.
Also,
does it though?
Yeah.
Does it?
I'm guessing that it
does
would
the repeats count as more views? I don't know.
I'm guessing that it
might.
does.
I can think of 3 reasons off the top of my head. Number 1, it makes life easier for the creator because they don't have to do the full minute, the full long segment. Number 2, so a bunch of kids can go the first time around, and then they can calm down and watch it again and see it in more detail. And finally, the more you're watching it, the less you're watching something else. So it kind of makes 6 sense to me. You know what? I think this is a case of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Ever since like 2000, I'm gonna say 2017 or whatever, experts with giant fucking quotations have said that like kids have been losing their kids and young adults, because of course the kids would then become young adults, lose their sense of patience with long form videos. And I know this because I love long form videos, hours, 2 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours a day. You know, like if I've got the time, I'll watch it in one whole thing. If not, I'll break it up. But here's the thing, apparently kids don't want that, because the experts say it, because after them spending years spoon feeding them shorter and bitier sized bits of media, they've been trained to want this. So I do wonder, like, are kids really being like, oh, I don't have the time or the energy to sit down and watch they honestly think that like a half an hour long video would be too much. That's as long as a cartoon episode in the 90s, including the ads, was half an hour. Like that, we were okay with that.
I have a question for you, Lev.
Hmm?
How do you think this generation would cope with watching? Now, I'm going to give you the whole spiel here. Stephen King's The Stand on VHS, but they have to rewind the tapes first. They wouldn't get through 2 minutes of the fucking rewind, let alone watching the entirety of The Stand, which is a really, really cool story. Like, There's a reason that fucker is 6 hours long, so they could tell the story in video form properly instead of chopping out entire fucking portions of things. It's like The Stand, it was about 6 hours. Fucking, I watched the whole goddamn thing. Just as soon as tape 1 was over, I ripped it out, threw it on the floor. Tape 2 went straight in, and back to watching.
I honestly couldn't imagine them doing something more practical. Watch the next episode next week. What?
Oh, Jesus.
What? Yeah, next week. See you next week.
Yeah, imagine fucking this generation having to wait and in Australia we had to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years for shows to turn up because our networks didn't want to pay top dollar for shit, so they wait.
Yeah, I
until it was
remember the
cheaper to
jokes out
buy.
of America that you guys were like always 10 years behind in like the culture.
And then downloading happened, and you know who was the per capita on the planet? Who were the biggest purveyors of taking the freebies? It was us, because we as consumers were just so sick and tired of being boned, and eventually Game of Thrones was the game changer. Because someone wants to speak to me. Spooky. What was happening in Australia is the show was being aired 6 months late, and everyone had already downloaded and watched it, so they weren't getting it. So eventually they got to a day after. Still, people were not watching, so they basically started airing it everywhere around the world globally just to avoid them losing out on ad revenue, because they were losing out on a lot of ad revenue because they just were. So thanks, pirates. You forced the hand of the networks to actually spend money on shit. Congratulations.
Yep. What can I say? Them, only them, were a bit of heroes. There should be statues dedicated to us. Them, only them, never me.
Consumers have the power. If we all band together, for instance, what if gamers got together as a collective, like PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Switch, everybody, and just said, enough's enough with the pump and dump tactics of your like EA's Madden football. They're getting so lazy that they actually forget to change the dates on some of the billboards and shit. If you go through the latest iteration of Madden football, I guarantee you'll find something from the last fucking game that was just cut and pasted and they forgot to edit it. I promise you there'll be something in there. They do it every fucking time.
You know what it could end up
Not
being?
even cut and paste it. It's probably the same source code, and then they just change a few things, and they forget to change others.
Yeah.
I could imagine them doing this. Eventually, when you download 1 year's Madden, and then the year comes to an end, they promise the next year's Madden. They block you from playing Madden again, and then they have to you have to re-buy a whole new copy for them.
It's 2023. Madden 2022 won't work anymore.
Right, and then when you get it, it's not Madden 2022. So if they have changed it, and for the better or more likely for the worst, you're not getting that game back. And I like that's the digital media's completely like swamp physical media now, and the companies.
I can see that happening. Like you have to subscribe to Madden to be able to play it.
Well, hell,
because we're gonna remove the old one from the library.
Yeah, it'll become like ghostware and abandonware will be like you have to go into like the dark alleys of the internet to be able to get a copy of like Mass Effect 2. Fuck's sake, it's.
I mean, I can see Madden doing it, but not like Mass Effect or something.
Well, if you can, yeah.
A holiday.
Give it maybe 10 years after Madden does it, and then Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, they have to test the water first, and then.
We're talking about the star player here that did introduce the horse armor. Some would argue that it's all his fault.
Yep.
Oh, see, here's the best thing, Reddit. I don't know if you've ever played this game called DLC Quest. There's a game.
I think I want to.
It's a parody indie game that's just making fun of DLCs and how the DLC market works. And you can't beat the game unless you buy the horse armor.
Oh, chef's kiss. Mwah. Beautiful. Oh yes.
You need it. You need it to beat the final boss.
Seriously,
You also
between
you also have to buy the ability to walk left and the ability to jump and stuff like that.
magnificent. That's
Check it
what
out.
I'm talking about.
Hit up DLC Quest on Steam. It's glorious.
This is actually something that is kind of awesome for once. Which is sad to say that a proper election happened. The right winger lost, and then he didn't. I don't know if he outright conceded defeat, but he's saying that yeah, we're going to transition power. So don't protest. He's now telling people to disperse and go home. His riders, which is so. Most people are like after January 6th, and this is Bolsonaro.
After 2 days, President Jair Bolsonaro finally came out to speak in public, but he did not use his address to the nation to clearly and unambiguously concede defeat. Rather, he talked about the protests that have blocked many of Brazil's roads.
I love this lady who's reading the news. She's epic.
The current popular movements are the result of indignation and the feeling of injustice about the electoral process.
In a short address, he said nothing about losing the election, although he's authorized his chief of staff to initiate the transition process, as the law demands.
I will continue to fulfill all the commandments of our constitution.
As he spoke, for the second day in a row, Brazil's main thoroughfares remained blocked by truck drivers who support him.
Fuck those dickheads.
I support this movement because we need to get Lula out. We need to do something, even military intervention.
The highway police, whose director is close to Bolsonaro, has been slow to enforce a Supreme Court order to clear the roads. And so thousands of cars and trucks remain stuck.
Some of us are in favor, others not. I'm not, but I'm trapped here trying to deliver my cargo.
There's a growing belief that the paralyzation of Brazil's main roads and highways was not spontaneous, and that the hope was that it would trigger hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Brazilians.
You could almost say it was some sort of freedom convoy.
Honk, honk.
To take to the streets to demand a new election. That has not happened, but it is a clear challenge to this country's democratic institutions, and it doesn't bode well for a peaceful transition of power. President-elect Lula da Silva has named Vice President-elect Geraldo Alckmin to head his transition team, but there's concern.
Esta gente vai seguir muy organizada.
These Bolsonaro supporters will remain very organized, with the ability to create chaos and not respect the law. That's very worrisome. Here in Brazil, we are going to have to coexist
not even grinning.
With these events for some time.
And judging by Bolsonaro's vow to keep his dreams more alive than ever, it will be a rocky road for the next government.
Now, here's the thing I like about Lula. He says that he wants to create the South American version of the dollar to knock America's influence out of the region. Backed by Brazil and as many countries in South America who was on board for it. So all those interventions and all those hardcore financial incentives that lead to those tin pot dictators can be replaced by the actual will of the people.
Nice.
Which is socialist as fuck, and I love it. It's very, because I love America, but I don't like what America does to the world. America does to the world very bad things.
I don't love America.
You're indifferent to America, I think, or mildly. What's your stance on America?
America is my loudmouth, annoying neighbor.
Well, I'm of a bit of a different opinion. I'm kind of loving America right now because you know what they just did last week? Just a turkey slap the Chinese with a huge, big, fat nuclear dick. They went, guess what? We're parking some B-52s in Darwin in Australia. And they've got nukes on board. Because, China's been a bit of a dick in the region. So we want to have some really good capabilities in the region. So if China want to arc up, we can just throw some B-52s up in the air and just go. So we've got now is it 5,000 or they might have doubled that to 10,000. I'm not sure. So we'll say 5,000 Marines stationed in Darwin with nuclear capable B-52s on Australian soil, parked there, ready to fucking.
I mean, I'm happy with anybody pimp slapping China for stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we've now got, and they also announced earlier this year they're going to give us nuclear powered subtech. So we're going to not nuke missiles, but nuke powered subs.
Hold on. Like, here's the thing. I'm very much for their fuck China policy. I'm far less for fuck the rest of the world financially and use them as slave labor policy. That's the thing. Like, I'm kind of anything that can hurt totalitarian governments like Russia, Iran, China, fucking North Korea. Yeah, like anything like that, I'm all for. But at the same time, I'm not going to turn a blind eye to them propping up governments that will use child soldiers and forced labor camps and ethnic cleansing and whatever Israel is. You know, like I can't really side by that.
I feel you, but here's the big conundrum here: the same policy that gets to slap Turkey slap fucking China and all of these shitty countries in the face are the same policies that enable Saudi Arabia to do what they're doing in Yemen and all of these other countries that we're going to, and all of these other questionable things that happen. It's all in the same basket, sadly, isn't it? When you think about it, it's like their foreign policy.
Their foreign policy is to secure American hegemony, which means that, maybe we'll see Lula have a accident involving a sniper rifle, pretty soon, and like Langley, CIA will be like, I don't know what happened. I guess high velocity rounds are in season in Brazil that year or something. I don't know. Like it's complicated.
Yeah, look, the Americans like to fund some shady shit. I'll definitely say, well, we can agree to that in general. Is like there's been some shady shit funded in the past and in the present too, I imagine.
Hey, don't forget that Trump was a big fan of Bolsonaro, and here's Bolsonaro's supporters. As they say, large crowd of JBs supporting interesting salute and national anthem. It's
Are they
nothing.
exercising their arm? Is that an arm?
That's right. They're just doing their arm workouts.
This in Ukraine? Wait, no, they're Brazilian flags.
Yep. Bolsonaro supporters.
Shit.
Yep. Nothing to worry about.
Funny how Trump is a Bolsonaro fan, and then Bolsonaro's supporters act like Trump supporters.
See all those people with their arms up in the air? Fuck each and every one of those motherfuckers.
Look how proud he is. Look how proud he is. There's no shame.
You're not allowed to be so proud of acting that way while also having a big old beard like that. That's against the beard law.
Now, see, this is the thing. I don't support state violence unless it's to kill Nazis. They're literally doing the fascist arm salute.
Yeah, I don't want to see them killed, but can we break all their arms just so they can't do that for a while? Just to
Let's send
give it a rest?
those Kazakhstan guys in on horseback. Wow, they just hear like step throat singing, and then all these guys just rush in.
No, you know what I'd like to do? Just roll up in a fire truck and just and have a really, really high pressure pump ready to go and just.
Oh yeah, just knock them all down.
It's not going to permanently injure anyone, but it's not going to tickle getting dick punched by a stream of water. That would be a.
You know what? Let's take the high road. It would be great if every single person here got a knock at the door and they were arrested for supporting hate speech, because they are. They're literally like Nazis right now. They're
literally supporting hate speech. Yeah.
Yeah. And they'll get processed, and they'll lose their jobs, and and like their families will distance themselves from them, and they'll not be able to live the lives they thought they would. Although here's a good thing. This is like the right wing version of that girl in the beanie when Trump won. This is their version.
Bolsonaristas?
Yeah. The women. They're trying to pray away Lula's win. Children. Fucking shit. Human beings are the smartest creatures on the planet. Fuck's sake.
Terrifying thought, isn't it?
I know, right?
I think the things that live at the bottom of the ocean and the Mariana Trench are the smartest because they stay the fuck away from us. They're just like, you know what, I'm going to leave it to them. I'm just staying down here at the bottom of the ocean.
I don't remember this episode.
I like how this one looks like Casper is a ghost formed from like Sasquatch cum.
Not just cum. What was his name? I forget the name of that character. He was one of those terrible ideas out of the 70s to like have existing IPs and then slap on this dorky, like Scooby, like a Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, it was a terrible idea.
Yeah, they just was like formed from the ether of a boardroom. Like kids like weird stuff. So Casper
that's what they were making fun of in The Simpsons when they added the dog to Itchy and Scratchy.
Yep, Poochie. Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie show.
My planet needs me. Goodbye.
Flip, 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 flip. Then a really hastily lit red letter.
He died on the way home.
Yeah. I love Homer's pitch to the board there. Like, people need to be, when Poochie's not in the room, people need to be asking, where's Poochie? Apparently that was vaguely based off a real life, the creator of like an episode of a character went into like the Simpson boardroom meeting and pitched it kind of like this. Mm-hmm. He must have at least a 3-minute long musical number in every episode.
Oh wow. And they laughed him out of the room.
Apparently everyone had the same look in the show as in real life. They were all just kind of staring off in the middle distance waiting for the obvious shoe to drop and someone being like, yeah, you're fired.
I'm still trying to work out what the fuck is going on in that Casper cartoon. It's just like
I told you, Casper's being formed out of Sasquatch cum.
Because what was that other character's name? Harry, wasn't it? Just like, oh, this is good.
No, it said,
yes.
It said right there. It was the pumpkin humper.
Oh wait, no, yeah. That
was Howdy Scary.
That's
the
right.
character's name was Howdy Scary.
Yeah. Oh, I hated those characters. There was a lot of like filler characters like that back in the day.
Now,
like the Squiddly Diddly group that was made mostly out of used assets from the Scooby-Doo van.
Aren't they doing a new version of Scooby-Doo now that doesn't have the dog in it?
Yeah, Velma.
Scooby-Doo. Go with Velma. The Velma.
Yeah, it doesn't have any of the gang either. As far as it's just one of the.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because it's about Velma. It's not about the gang, right?
Yeah,
it's her sideshow.
But then they still include it in just for brand recognition, just because she can never be free. She can never be her own woman. She can only ever be a fetish for somebody, which is fine because I've seen some cosplays.
It's a high quality fetish.
Oh, 100%. Heavily set for any woman who is, well, frankly, heavily set. If you got curves, you're going to be a good Velma.
What's up, Red?
I just wanted to say, I'll do a voice intro for this next one. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, please prepare your justice boners because, you're going to need them.
Who the hell is Nicholas Cruz?
Jumped up to try to tap down that
school
rhetoric.
Shooter asshole that deserves a very, very, very long forever sleep
fuck
sentence.
That guy.
But because the jury didn't come to a unanimous decision, he gets to go bye-bye for life. And during this thing...
the parking shooting.
The parents got to address the courtroom, and one of the parents just basically let the... dudes that were defending this guy know what they thought of them because they were the ones that introduced this idea that the dude's mum drank alcohol and gave him brain damage and that's why and so long story short, they didn't get the death sentence that they really, really should have got because this guy executed people after wounding them. I've heard what he did. It's not good.
That's the rhetoric that I'm talking about. That is what I'm
this
trying
guy's
to
a
be very clear
prick.
on. Jeff, Marcus, the state, they can hide behind their arguments. But we all are witnessing what is occurring in this courtroom.
Which is myself. I'm a judge,
And
I understand that I'm in
Thank you,
charge
Judge.
of the decorum, and I feel that 99% or a great percentage of what has been said has been appropriate. Everybody has maintained decorum, but for a few comments, it's best to just move on as opposed to highlight them.
This is true, Judge. But I am witnessing a building of momentum. And I'm encouraging the court to direct the state to tap down on that momentum so it does not reoccur and it does not become
Hold on for a
theme.
sec. See,
Thank
what he should have done is when the judge said that first part, he should have said, "Thank you, Your Honor. We will comply with your wishes," and he should have gone back to his fucking seat. Everything he's done after this point, he done fucked
pushy.
up.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, for the record, the only thing the state has said to any of these witnesses when they get up is, would they like to say something on behalf of the victim they're representing? There's been no encouraging or inciting, as Mr. Weeks has put on this record. That is a blatant falsehood and a recreation of the record. As far as no objections being made, it's the defense that could have objected. It's not the state's duty to object to their own witnesses when they're testifying.
Okay. Listen, I've already heard. If you have anything else to say, you can put it in writing at a later time. I've heard from both sides more than once. That's going to be it. I've made my decision. Like I said, 99% of what's been testified to has been appropriate. I do not want to highlight the few things that were said that were perhaps not appropriate, and let's move on.
Here it comes.
You can have as many seconds as you want in writing, and you can put all of your objections in writing. They've been made multiple times from your chief assistant, from Ms. McNeil, and I don't want to hear anything else. I've already heard it. Is there something that has not already been argued?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, exactly what is it?
Judge, before Mr. Schachter took the podium to testify before this court, I wanted to reflect that both Mr. Marcus and Mr. Satz looked at the statement prior to the reading. And so their implicit adoption of what he was saying, of his improper arguments, and the court should chastise.
Okay, but what you are doing right now is highlighting something and making more of a spectacle. So if your office in general does not want to facilitate or incite violence, then we need to just sit down and move on. That's it. There were 18 witnesses, 16 or 18 witnesses that testified today. There was nothing that was said until Ms. McNeil made her point made, and, we're moving on.
But is the court going to do anything about maybe stopping it from happening again?
When these people are upset about specific things that have gone on from that table, like shooting the middle finger up at this court and laughing and joking, Ms. McNeil, be quiet. When these people have sat in this courtroom and watched this behavior from that table, and they want to say that they're not happy about it, what is the problem?
Judge, I have no problem because I have thick skin. But once you bring in my children, I think that's highly improper. And it's
I didn't even know you have children. I don't know what you're talking about. Your children? What about your children?
For them to comment on my children is highly improper. And for this court to allow that kind of testimony is also improper.
I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was,
all right, quick context on this kid thing. Yeah. The lady that made the comment is a lady that had one of her kids. Now, I'm not sure if they were killed or just wounded. But basically, because of the shenanigans the defense pulled to get the kid, the defendant out off the death penalty thing, they introduced some shady shit. And the lady was just very upset. And she was saying, I hope you get to feel some of my pain one day if something bad happens to your kid. And it wasn't probably the nicest thing to say, but you know what? It's her time in court, and she gets to. And like the judge said, 99% of what was said was okay. And she just, context is fucking very important on this very thing. This guy standing up now is about to blunderingly fuck up, and then I think his buddy also fucking comes back down for part 2, which is why I said you should have just went and sat down and not got back up. So enjoy.
I want to point out about his body. It's like he's got a much smaller body, and he's got like an inflatable body that he's stepped inside and it's been filled up.
Yeah,
He's like a stick figure inside it.
Inflatable suit.
Yeah, to make himself look more imposing.
It came and went without me noticing it.
You got it from Games Workshop.
Your children, you would definitely.
Hi, I'm Bob Bucksbody.
And that,
You need to
and
sit down right now. You're out of line.
That was where he fucked up, right there.
In fact, you're excused. You need to go sit in the back with your chief public defender.
Get the fuck
There it
out
is.
of my fucking
Go sit in the
shit.
corner.
Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else. To try to threaten my children and bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now.
He was about to say something else, dumb fuck.
That just violated about every rule of professional responsibility that I have never. If you're going to get up here and you're going to...
Judge, I asked you to go sidebar on this matter.
You, sidebar or not, you don't have one of your assistant public defenders say something about my children?
Judge, that same venom that the court is expressing is the same venom that defense counsel had to sit through this entire morning when
She
their
brought
children
up her
were
children
being
multiple
referenced.
times during the trial. Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. They don't know
Judge,
about my children.
Judge.
Sit down. Sit down.
Judge,
Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
please do not summarily dismiss me.
I'm summarily dismissing
asking
you.
the
Go
court.
sit down.
I'm asking the
Bitch
court.
slaps.
I asked the court to go sidebar.
Go sit down.
Bailiff, please detain him. And that's it. Like, that's just the power flex you could have just used.
You're 5 seconds away from the bailiff bringing you out of here, buddy.
Yep.
You don't threaten the
Judge,
court's children.
everyone in this-
I'd actually just stand my gavel down and go, I outrank you in here. Shut up. Like, I'd literally just...
I would
I'd
send the
flex.
bailiff to take this guy out of the room.
Yeah, there is a button somewhere, and you push it, and it releases a P. Barnes, and he just comes out with his taser ready. He just goes...
Oh, I haven't been brought away, but as he be brought away, one more thing. Remove his belt, and then his pants fall down. And he has to go out with his pants around his legs.
Your Honor, can we do something about that fucking tie? Like, what in the fuck is that fucking tie?
It's
What-
like
what is
it's like an old gay guy's furniture.
Honestly, I kind of love it.
It's cool, but I mean, it is maybe it's meant to
It's
like
not really courtroom appropriate.
Yeah.
Just did that. Go sit down.
No one in this courtroom had to endure what we had to
Go
endure.
sit down. Miss
We're the
Nathaniel
real victims here.
has made her children a spectacle more than once during this trial. That was her choice. You have absolutely no right to have one of your assistants come up here and suggest something about my children. Now, please go sit down.
Judge.
You're
Judge,
inappropriate and out of line. Go sit down.
Judge, may we have a brief recess?
No. Go
You
sit
can't
down.
have anything. You can't even have your milk or your juice. Bailiff, remove
Right.
his one and give it to that girl. She's been very good all day. I got two.
Yeah.
May I have a brief recess so I can speak to my attorneys?
We're moving on with the sentencing, Mr. Weeks.
So can I have a brief recess?
No.
Thank you.
It's 1:36. Thank you. State, go ahead and call your next witness.
Mr. Anthony Montano.
Is it me or like trials getting less and less civil and more sort of like?
Yeah.
Pretty soon it's just going to be. I guarantee you, like pretty soon the judges are going to have to be behind like bulletproof glass or something, so they can't have stuff thrown at them. Or maybe the reverse will happen and everyone will get shock collars when they come in the courtroom.
If you've seen what happens to people and the amount of the punishments that are dished out for acting like a prat in a courtroom,
Oh yeah.
that nips it in the bud pretty quick once that becomes. Everyone just needs to be reminded once in a while. If you go into a courtroom
I got the
and you
perfect
talk
one for
out of
this.
line, the judge can basically start giving you months in jail just for speaking out of place. If you get up and act threateningly and the judge takes and wants to, they can just go and throw your ass in jail for an extended period of time. And I'm pretty sure if you got loose and committed an assault or got hold of a judge and assaulted a judge in a court of law
Here.
while they were sitting and presiding over a case, you'd get your shit pushed back in with the biggest justice stick you've ever fucking seen.
This is exactly what you're talking about.
I've seen this. This is great.
You know what? Fuck Elon. We're going to give him another week, and then we'll see what new madness, because he's very busy. And in all fairness, he has been doing every week, every day, it seems like, well, every week, every day, he's been seemed to do a new thing to talk about. Maybe, I don't know, we'll do a whole Elon episode next week or some bullshit like that.
Just as long as we don't pull a Paul and do we're not going to talk about Rudy Giuliani until he stops doing things. Because then we'll never get to it.
A week after Rudy's dead, we're still going to find shit out about him.
We can't be like that with Elon, or we'll never get to it.
Right. No, yeah, unless there's some major news story next week. Yeah, because we haven't had an actual themed episode since the cooking episode. So, fuck it. Yeah, well, we'll do it. We'll do.
I mean, this is like, what, a couple of days fresh? Like, give it a little time to simmer.
No objection. She has no priors. She's being charged per pill, which is improper. It should just be 1 pound.
What I will tell you is all that you're enjoying the stream. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you can help us out in any way, the stream goal is up there, and the link to it is down there. Don't forget to check out Krendar's link. He'll be going live after this stream. I'm going live over on Twitch tomorrow. So be sure to follow us both on our respective channels.
I'm going to play the kitty cat game today.
The stray kitty cat game with the meow meow?
Yeah.
Meow meow meow?
Yes.
There's a button you
Sci-fi
can use
meow meow in an hour after the stream's over.
Yee. Also don't forget to check out YouTube. Oh, and if you subscribe over on my Twitch channel, you'll be able to join us over on the Discord watch party this Sunday for a double feature of 4 rooms and Little Shop of Horrors. So come on in.
Classic.
So are you working?
Yes.
With the correct ending as well. Not that terrible studio ending, but the proper ending.
What are you making a week approximately?
Approximately about $200 a week.
Okay, and do you own any property of value? A house, a car, a bank account, significant amounts of jewelry?
Yes.
What do you own?
I own a lot of jewelry, all right,
Okay.
as well as
Go ahead.
a car.
Well, how much would you say your jewelry is worth? Well, it's not a joke, you know. We are not in a club now.
Okay, but if you
Hey,
don't
well,
kind
you
of,
see,
you know,
we are not in a club. Be serious about it.
I'm serious about
Oh,
it.
you're
You
being
just
very.
made me
I can
laugh.
see you're serious, all right.
You just made me laugh. I apologize.
The body is
Hey,
round.
Troy. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
With the $3 dues. Very much appreciated.
Actually, Gage makes a good point. The title of this video says ditzy rich girl, but she only makes $200 a week.
That's true, actually, yeah. She's acting like a ditzy rich girl, but she only officially makes $200 a week. Yeah.
Or maybe she just acts like this, but she's not like. She's not all that. She just thinks she's all that.
This does look like a setup for Orange is the New Black.
All right. How much is your jewelry worth?
It's worth a lot of money.
Like what?
Like Rick Ross.
Rick Rolls. And then it said breakfast.
I didn't know Rick
down
Rolls was a number.
It's worth
Ma'am,
money.
have you had any kind of drugs in the last 24 hours?
Actually, no.
With that face.
She sounds like she's surprised by this. It's like, no, it was 3 days ago.
I determined that to be a lie, Your Honor.
Respectfully, I would say.
Time for a blood
I'm
test.
going to appoint you because you answer a lot of.
You can tell
this
she's
cup,
kind of
ma'am.
nervous because she's like playing with her hair. She's probably never been in a situation like this before. But seriously, just fucking shut up. Someone would have told her, like, just be professional, be calm, be straightforward, answer directly, don't lie, and it'll be all
I don't think
over.
she knows how to do any of these things.
Yeah, instead she's like, tee hee hee.
Substantial amounts of jewelry. You can go and sell your jewelry for a private attorney. What is the standard bond?
It should be
Ain't gonna be no PTS.
okay. 5,000 on count 1, and then the rest should be ROR. Oh yeah, this thing's also requesting a referral to Division 51. because she has no priors.
Count 1 would be 5,000 per hour cost found. Count 2 would be ROR.
The state is requesting RR on count 2 through 26.
And refer to Division 51.
26 counts of what?
Yeah, we never find out what she did, as far as I'm aware. Oh, no. Judge, Oh, there's a part 2? There's a part 3?
Nah.
Yeah.
That's more than we need.
Bye-bye. Come back, ma'am. Come back.
She just walked.
Come back. Give me the paper again.
Well, he did say goodbye to her, so.
Count 1 would be 10,000.
Are
you serious?
I am serious. Adios. Come back again. Come back again. Bring him back again.
Him?
And her.
I believe I heard you say.
He said him.
I believe you. Did you say? Did you say that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did say that? I find you.
Hold on. She said what?
They blurred it out, but it was something like probably like fuck him or something like that.
Oh.
30 days in the county jail.
So she got 30 days, and then this one
they
says
cut
it
out,
starts.
they cut out her reaction to that.
No, this is it. Like there is a
Maybe it's in
part.
this
There
one.
was a part 2 and a part 3, but it's been video unavailable. The actual video itself, in its entirety, she starts getting really pissy at him, and then he's like, "You want to go for more? That's an extra 30 days on top of the 30 days." Like it goes higher and higher, and she doesn't learn her lesson throughout the whole thing.
I'll keep adding 30 days until you shut the fuck up.
I think he says something along the lines of, "How long do you want to get? How many days do you want to stay in jail? Huh? How long?" Like he's not playing. She goes from that.
I like this guy.
Yeah, to like she's grumpy and pissy, and she's not getting what she wants clearly. Anyway, what else?
It reminds me of remember that South Park episode where they got the dog whisperer guy in to train Cartman.
Yeah.
It's like that. Keep doing that to him until he finally shuts the fuck up. Johnny 5 is alive.
Holy shit.
Surprised it hasn't tipped over yet.
Does he have like a thong on his finger? Like what the hell's that?
I don't know. Bandana?
This is like the start of a very interesting.
Oh, he's got an extra wheel. Okay.
Cool. That's cool. I just think people are scared of robots. I'd love a robot friend like this. Although he'd be a bitch to like walk. He'd be a bitch to like be around in. Like
better than Tesla bot.
He didn't topple over at his opening debut.
Yeah. What was that?
How embarrassing.
The more advanced robot couldn't even fucking stand up on its own. And the only difference between the more advanced robot and the base robot that actually moved around on its own on a pre-programmed path was a fairing on its chest, basically.
Oh
Like-
god, this is sad. This guy is a streamer who he made a big deal for Halloween of doing like a big Elder Scrolls stream. While he also carved this pumpkin, and boop.
Oh.
I may or may
There
not
it
have
goes.
lost it.
He's dressed as the annoying fan.
Oh no.
I noticed. That's good cosplay.
It is.
Buy a Zora! Buy a Zora!
Guys, don't worry. It still looks like Skyrim. It's fine.
In fact, it's more accurate now.
Modders, could you do anything? Should I send this over to Nexus? Maybe they'll be able to help out. Fine, add it to the list, and then 2 years later,
Hey, what's
Pumpkin
that,
2.0.
Take meow hand.
Take meow hand.
Right above Lad Bible.
Kitty? That's just extra levels of mean. The cat can't even read.
Somebody's going to the vet after this?
Yeah. You know what the sad fact is? I'm old enough to be like, well, that's just a waste of good ink.
Not just that, I think he printed it on both sides so it would show upwards no matter which way it fell.
I do love how cats are obsessed with...
It does say testicles. Good point, Gage.
Oh,
it doesn't say testicles. It says testicles.
Testicles. Oh, I wanted your opinion on this, scene that you're much of a foodie.
At least spell check before you wreck your cat, lol.
This episode is brought
this is... I don't suppose I don't know if you've been watching the Andor show, have you?
I don't even know what that is.
Star Wars. It's pretty great.
Oh, Endor.
No, Andor. A-N-D-O-R.
Andor.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know what that is. I don't know what Andor even means.
Look alive. He's on his way up.
So they have blue noodles they get in a box.
Well, that'll be his name in the
Like
timescale.
regular, like takeout Chinese food in Star Wars now. But I want you to see, like...
Yes,
sir.
Hey, what's up,
think
guys?
they
Welcome
look
back to
icky.
Binging with Babish, where this week we're taking a look at the blue noodles from Andor, in an admittedly very, very fast appearance. But it's
Yeah, I
one of
know.
several canonical
I always
blue
wonder why they
foods
call
in
them that
Star
too.
Wars, probably because blue is found so rarely in nature, so blue foods take on a space-like quality. Here's one of the rare examples used in food coloring, blue butterfly pea flowers, which the official Star Wars Galaxy's Edge cookbook calls for to make Gourmanda's Glow Blue noodles. The recipe is as follows: 4 cups of water brought to a simmer with a sachet of blue butterfly pea flowers. Now these have a very mild, floral, grassy quality
Yeah, I was
to
talking
them,
about
so hopefully
sachets
they won't
today
interfere
earlier.
with other flavors. Next up, the recipe calls for 8 ounces of rice noodles added to the now very, very blue water. We're going to allow those to cook to a state of completion. In the meantime, in a small saucepan, we're adding ½ cup each heavy cream and unsalted butter, and 1 crushed clove of garlic. This mixture we're going to bring to a simmer. Then, once simmering, we take it off the heat and add 1½ cups of grated Parmesan
He makes
cheese,
2
tiny
versions
whisking
of
as we
this.
go. Once the noodles are cooked and the sauce is mixed, prepared, whatever this stuff is, we're just going to pour it right over the blue noodles in a big old bowl. And since it's just boiled cream and butter with some cheese mixed in, it's pretty loose and splashy. I think they were going for like a quickie Alfredo vibe here, and then to up the alien look, it calls to garnish with quartered tricolored cherry tomatoes and mini mozzarella pearls. And there you have it, Gourmanda's Glow Blue noodles from the Star Wars
That looks
Galaxy's Edge
alien-y.
cookbook, which, while it might look like it's from a galaxy far, far away, I'm not super confident is going to taste awesome. So let's twirl some up and see what we're dealing with here. And as I suspected, it's pretty much just a cheater's Alfredo, albeit a much looser one with bits of raw garlic thrown in there for good measure. It's certainly not inedible or even horribly bad, it's just not great. Once it cools...
Same with this and the other. It's so unappealing. For some reason, because it's blue, it's just...
and the sauce thickens up, it saves it a little bit.
I would
But
try it.
this is, of course, just an easy
guess
way
I'd
for
try
families
it.
and kids to
Really a lot
enjoy
of
some
effort's
space
been put
noodles.
into it.
For
It's
our
just-
version, I'm thinking the most viable noodle to M blue is going to be a potato starch
No, he
glass
tries to make
noodle.
his
So I'm
own
going to
version.
start by
The worst
steeping
part
some
was
of
the
these
raw
blue
garlic.
butterfly pea flowers in some hot water. Set that aside, and then in a large bowl, much larger than this, we're going to start assembling our noodles. Now, normally the way this is done is to make a slurry out of some potato starch and water, and then to that slurry you add some boiling water, in this case our blue butterfly pea water, which needs to be
Pea
freshly
water.
boiling because you want the water to gelatinize the starches in the
It looks
starch.
like-
so
it looks
that
like
now, as you
Play-Doh,
add
not the
more potato
metaphor
starch to
version, the
adjust
literal
into a
Play-Doh.
dough, hopefully this doesn't happen and you end up with non-Newtonian fluid, which, while it makes a super fun science project
at
that
it.
you can pour like a liquid and then slap like a solid, it doesn't so much make for great noodles. Because without those gelatinized starches, the noodles have nothing to hold them together, so when it comes time to pipe them into boiling water, instead of forming delicious edible worms, it just kinda disappears. I don't know why you're still going, Andy, this clearly isn't working. You're still going to keep going, huh? Alright, that's your choice. While you're doing that, I'm going to try a more reliable recipe from YouTuber East Meets Kitchen, combining at first 50 grams each cool water and potato starch, mix that into a slurry, and then add 200 to 250 grams of freshly boiling blue butterfly pea flour tea, which, when whisked, should form a thick, gloopy, keyword gelatinous mixture. This indicates that our starches have been gelatinized, and we can add the remaining 400 to 500 grams of potato starch. I say 400 to 500 because you're going to need to adjust as necessary to get the mixture into an extremely thick but pipeable consistency. Adding more water or cornstarch is necessary to get the right texture. This can be a little labor intensive, but no more than any other pasta dough, I'd say. Once you got it about as thick as you can get it so that it's still pourable, we're placing it in a piping bag, snipping the tip, and piping it directly into some barely boiling water, where hopefully it won't immediately disappear and instead form long, spooky blue noodles that are done as soon as they float, about 30 seconds. They don't stick to each other at all, which is awesome, so you don't have to worry about overlapping. And after their super quick cook time, they're getting scooped out and placed into a cool water bath. And that's all there is to it. The dough might be a little tricky to get together, but this is every bit as fun as it looks. And not only does it yield a robust blue noodle, it's a pretty awesome noodle. It tastes good, barely any butterfly pea flour taste, and all that whipping and whisking works in tiny little air bubbles that glitter like a toy from the 90s. And they're just about as slurpable as it is possible for a noodle to be. Now, the best recipe I can think of for glass noodles that also won't ruin their color is a sort of japchae. In a small bowl, I'm combining 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 2 tablespoons mirin, a teaspoon of white sugar, a tablespoon of sesame oil, and 2 cloves of minced garlic. We're going to add half this sauce during cooking and save the other half for plating. Now, over on the stovetop in stages in a carbon steel pan, we're going to heat small amounts of vegetable oil and use it to saute half a small sliced onion until lightly caramelized and soft, about 3 to 5 minutes, followed by 4 ounces of sliced shiitake mushrooms cooked to a golden brown crisp. We're adding both the onions and mushrooms to a large tossing bowl. Then finally, over on the stovetop, we're going to saute our blue noodles in a little bit of oil over high heat, just enough to heat them through and maybe darken them a tiny bit. Then we're adding half our sauce and letting it just get kissed by the flame. Don't want all that garlic and sugar to burn, so after about 20 seconds, it's going straight into the bowl, where it's going to get tossed together with the rest of the sauce, cooked vegetables, and a tablespoon of toasted sesame seeds. Give this guy a spirited tossing, plate up, and get ready to slurp. As you can see, the blue noodles have not been too negatively affected by the cooking process. They might not look as fantastical as the other noodles, but I have a feeling they're going to taste a whole lot better, especially when garnished with thinly sliced chives and sesame seeds. So let's give it a try, and it's really good. It's japchae, but it's also blue, which is awesome. About the only problem I'm running into is that the noodles are way too long, so maybe give those a snip if you want to try this yourself. Thanks again to Cash App.
You go to Italy and you do that and you get punched in the face.
Why were the mushrooms a problem?
Oh, I can't eat mushrooms. I'll get sick.
Oh,
I have no. I know, yeah, and I love steak, so you can imagine. I can eat. I've had kimchi and I didn't like it, but I think that was just the flavor.
It's pretty easy to eat steak without mushrooms.
Yeah, I know, but it adds. It adds to the flavor. Oh, this is old news at this point, but we might as well quickly address it, if nothing else.
Good evening, I'm Lisa Washington. Scott Schaefer has the night off. We begin tonight in Lackawanna County, where more than a dozen people are now without a home after being told to leave a motel in Scott Township because of an oil spill. Newswatch 16's Jack Culkin spoke with those who say they have nowhere else to go. He's live in our newsroom tonight with the story. Jack.
Lisa, after an oil spill condemned the only place they can call home, close to 20 people are now without a place to sleep tonight as temperatures dip near freezing.
Our tiny king.
Oh,
it's
and
I'm like, what is this?
Jason Egroff.
Look how tiny he is. He's so small.
He's so small.
He's so small.
Firefighters pounding on his and other residents' doors after an oil spill at Motel 81.
Oh, you see, Tragic's been permanently banned from Twitch.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Can you send me a memo on when I'm supposed to start giving a shit?
To the residents, the spill happened because of missing copper pipe in the basement of the building. Once the spill was under control,
they moved in here after the whole fight with
the owner of the motel did an
G-Man, and they got like kicked out. And they got kicked out. You don't get to see Shani in this. They probably have like B footage of like poor 10 people in Shani. Yeah, you get to see some other people, and I'm gonna be honest here. There clearly have been squatting in this building, but you know. If I honestly had like an old building, if anything, I'd try to renovate it and just like help them out. But
I mean, I'll agree with the poor 10 people, but I'm not going to agree with poor Shani.
And
Shani and Rev,
fine.
yep, well, fuck
Ali,
them.
Ali posted up a picture of, speaking of insane, here's Monty's dad.
We always pay our rent on time. We never have any miss. But yet, this is what we're being treated.
He is.
Yeah, they're not squatting. They're paying rent there, dude.
Well, he says it's a he says she says thing, because here's the thing: I can't imagine Shani and Rev paying rent at this point now. Where would they get the money from? Because
Yeah,
Shani
well, that's
just
why they were
eats.
getting evicted. They weren't.
But everyone's but everyone's being kicked
Yeah, well,
out.
that's
as
Well, everybody's being
now,
kicked
but-
out because the place has become condemned for health reasons.
Yeah. But before this went down, they were about, from my understanding, if I've got this wrong, someone in chat can pit me, but they were about to be literally kicked out of that motel because they were not paying for the room permit.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's
So
why
did they just
were-
put the deposit down and didn't give them any rent or anything like that?
Yes, they got in and must have paid enough to get in the room, and then once they got in, they. So that was my understanding, is they were about to be booted.
For the
and then
last few months. Now that the
This is basically the first time Revelation News has actually been news.
In the news, right?
About a half an hour, 45
The
minutes
fuck
ago,
is
I
this
have
thing?
nowhere else to go. I don't
Wow.
She has the hair of a newborn baby.
Is that a Muppet? Seriously, is that a Muppet?
Nerve-wracking because they keep telling us, well, the police gonna come and pull us out and force us up. So
This guy's cool though.
Yeah, his hair is like so massive that he can use it as a hoodie.
we just hanging in there.
We reached out to the motel owner.
Is he
who
the
said the
Bayonetta of
building
homeless
is
people?
condemned, and that to his knowledge, no
God,
people
she's
were
tanked her
on
career.
or staying in the property.
Oh, the actress, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
obviously. Yeah.
Wow.
So much fucking info came out after that.
I want to see how well Jennifer Hale's doing with it, because she's probably going to rock it anyway, right?
The game's been positive. Most, although apparently a lot of people are saying that the game is too much trying to be like, I think, Darksiders or something like that. But I don't know.
We did reach out
Darksiders
to
is
Scott
awesome.
Township Police to see if
Yeah, but
anything
it's not
was being
Bayonetta.
done
You buy
for the
Bayonetta for
residents still
Bayonetta,
staying
right?
at the property, but they did
Yeah, like I
not
don't know if
give
they
a
mean
response
gameplay-wise
to
or
us.
what else.
Jack Colton, Newswatch 16.
I haven't
live.
actually sat down and watched anyone or read, say, Jim Sterling's review of it. But they said
Yeah.
it's like fun. It's a good solid third game. Other people are loving it. No one has
You know
any
what, actually,
love or respect for that trans loving, that turf loving.
Oh yeah, all
woman.
kinds of shit have come out about her. But
Yeah.
I've actually been watching. Like most of the coverage I've been getting from this has come from James Stephanie Sterling there, and kudos to Sterling as well, because Sterling was big time on, what was her name, Helena, I think.
Yeah.
Sterling was initially totally on Helena's side until more details came out, and then she was like, well, nope, maybe not, maybe fuck you after all. So it's like,
The message.
good on you for taking in the new.
Yeah.
Because Sterling has felt a little bit like not quite far left or anything like that, but some people have been thinking that maybe she was going that way, but no, doesn't.
Yeah,
Apparently not.
Sterling's pretty to the left. That's
Oh,
the thing.
yeah.
But they've got
Pretty left,
this
but not
thing-
to like the lunatic level.
No. But they've got this thing, and it's a unique thing that not many YouTubers have got in that
Integrity.
field, and it's called journalistic integrity.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right? I've got
Exactly.
journalistic integrity.
A lot of people were
Sterling-
supporting her when she came out because it was a
and-
part of the wider issue of.
Well, when
voice acting.
her story was, I voice acted the first two games, and they came and offered me $4,000 for the third game, and everyone was rightly outraged. It's like, that's pretty shit. Then it turns out that there's the guy from Kotaku, I forget his name, who's another bloke apparently who's got journalistic integrity, even though they work at Kotaku. I know it's a contradiction, but happens once in a while.
Even a
did
broken
some
clock
digging.
can be right twice a day.
Correct. So they did some digging, talked to some people, and they went, no, it's not exactly. It was more like 16 grand because it was $4 grand per session, and there was to be 3
4 to 5 grand.
maybe if
Yeah,
4
it
to 5
was
grand
4,000 per session. But she flat out said it was 4,000 total.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to attack Jennifer Hale, who just took over afterwards because she felt petty.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it turns out she's also a TERF and apparently a terrible person to work with other people who knew her. So yeah, fuck that noise. She also backtracked a little bit, but she didn't backtrack all the way. So
now, what the hell is on the screen right now? Are those sausages being tortured in the name of science?
All right,
yes,
all right.
I hope so.
This is
science.
This is pretty science. This is pretty amazing, but I want to see where they get it wrong, and I want to see if you guys spot it.
So geht das natürlich nicht, ne? Also wenn du jetzt auf die Würste passt, passiert gar nichts, aber wenn du den Bockwurstwärmer anfasst und dabei die Wurst drückt. Mhm.
There's a bum note there somewhere.
No.
Yeah, somewhere near.
Right?
It just sounded a little weird.
Yeah, because it's going through a goddamn hot dog, but they've still managed to turn hot dogs into a keyboard. Now, did you notice what he failed to do?
No.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? He had the perfect opportunity and he didn't fucking do it.
That's an excellent point.
Oh no.
Sausages.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? I mean, I should have picked up on that especially because he lives in my city.
I've got a cheese helmet on.
That man was a fucking lunatic.
Oh god, the Monica Lewinsky art was amazing. Yeah, no, he
I
did
just love
this.
the fact that he's got his own milk beer. That's also glorious.
What?
Yep.
All right, so quick story. Sometimes he'll perform in like stand-up comedy clubs here in town because this is where he lives, and he likes to have sit down and have a beer with people in the audience after the show. He decided that he wanted to have his own beer, like that was made to be like his brand of beer, and then share that beer with the people he sat down with. So he approached a local brewery and asked them to make a beer that was Tom Green branded. And so they made a milk stout.
Right, Tom Green is a freaking legend. Like, his parents suffered a great deal for his art, and he used to, like, I'd love to sit down and do an interview with him and just say, to what extent were your parents in on any of this stuff? And if he says they were not in on it at all whatsoever, I'm not going to be surprised.
You know what? You possibly could do that. Come on.
Anybody who knows his work will know why it's funny that it's a milk stout, though. And actually, I've had it. It's not bad.
Now, here's the thing, Red Eye. You could, in theory, do it because a few years ago, DP did a search to see who is the most popular person who watches Drunken Peasants, and it was Tom Green. So there is a pipeline, no matter how thin, to make it happen. Did any of you guys watch his 24-hour live show when he was just wandering around his house?
So Lev, when are we getting him on Bearded Ramblings then?
As is ancient tradition, DP has to have him on first, then I'll steal it.
Bullshit. We've scooped them before. We'll do it again.
Create a new tradition where you reach out and get awesome people on your show because they've got beards.
Has DP ever had an arena on? No.
I suppose they never had Elf King on either. Yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna scoop this Tom Green story.
You know what? Fuck it. You know the hell what? I'm gonna go on to Twitter right now, and I am going to go and type in Tom Green.
Invite him to the show live on the show.
This is my.
I think it's got an E on the end.
And
reach for the stars, brother. Reach for the freaking stars. And this dude is one of the brightest stars you'll ever freaking come across.
Well, apparently a lot of people we follow also follow him. So he's got a dog. Even still, he's got a dog. That's nice.
He hugs doggos. Look, get him on the show.
Yeah, here we are. Yeah. Okay, so it's the same guy. But here's the sad fact and something I should have realized. He wouldn't have open DMs.
Of course not. I mean, you can invite him to the show publicly.
All right, fuck it. Yeah. I mean, I'm technically talking about it now, so my dignity is completely gone.
I mean, just push the tweet button. You don't have to do the @ sign.
He might have a slow.
Go back to his account.
Just say we are
just
huge
click
fans.
the blue tweet button right there. Left.
We are
down.
Huge fans of yours.
The
Would you like to
big
come
blue
and hang
button
out?
to the left. Big blue button to the left.
There's tweets
there
on it.
you go.
It.
Oh shit!
Nailed it.
I didn't know this was a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know the giant blue tweet button would tweet somebody?
I thought you just did that on your main page, and then you just tweet it, and it would just save you time. Yeah, no, fuck it.
I've never pushed that button from my main page. I've only ever used it while on somebody's account.
Hey man, what should I like? Hey man, live. Big fan of your stuff. We would love to get in contact about maybe you. That's too tech. Not for Tom Green. Tom Green would be more.
No.
Hey man, love your stuff. You've got an awesome beard. We've got a show called Bearded Ramblings.
There you go.
Come and hang out. Please come and hang out. We want to drink beer and talk about
Come and ramble beardedly with us.
Yeah, there you go.
Bearded ramblings that we think you would be perfect for. You down? I know the worst, saddest thing would be if he responded back in a very sort of professional manner. You have to get in contact with my agent. I'd be like,
you get a form letter back.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get that Scottish girl. I didn't reach out to her because she's you actually have to go through her agent to do it. Fuck it, let's do it. Boom, there. We've now officially asked Tom Green to be on Bearded Ramblings. Who said today was going to be boring?
Oh man, what if he responded like 2 minutes later?
You'll guys be the first to know because we still got some time to kill.
Look, he's the crazy part. He might just say yes.
I know, right?
Have Tom Green on the show one day sooner than later.
That'd be
and
so
have a really
great.
epic fucking time of it.
Well, what's that saying? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Well, that's why. But I just didn't.
We at least tried.
Yeah. Also, what I'd do is I would. I think for the thumbnail, it would just be Tom Green's face, like surrounding Tom Green's face, like a sort of kaleidoscopes of Tom Green's, and then just have this is the Tom Green show, and then in brackets, no, seriously, we got Tom Green on.
Yeah, like his show was really funny for the fact that if you remember his theme song, one of the first ones,
not the Green Tom Show.
Yeah, it's the Tom Green Show. It's not the. It was really silly and simple.
What was that thing with the burger there?
Yeah. We'll look at the thing I was typing up there in a second, because I asked. I don't know. We'll watch the burger thing first. This is surreal. Anything more adorable than baby burger eating a pickle?
Adorable than baby lab burger eating a pickle?
The fuck?
Yep.
Is there anything more adorable than baby lab burger eating a pickle?
That's horrific.
What is happening?
Hey, Red, wow. It's the manta ray ass women all over again.
Is there
I don't like this video.
It's just a burger that was made in a lab. That was, you just see the message pop up, and I'm like, it's just
it's so creepy.
Yeah. A part of me thinks it's just a guy where there's like a hole in the metal underneath, and he's got like a little stick or something, and he's making it move. But you know, a part of me is genuinely wondering.
Yeah.
No.
Oh God. Is this the next episode of Westworld?
Dead cows don't do that. Just saying. You cook them and you eat them. And they don't usually start trying to eat your pickle. Because I want to eat the pickle. That's my big problem.
What if it starts chewing on your tongue while you're eating it?
Here's the thing.
That's a problem.
Yeah, you got to chew faster than it chews, you know. Now here's the thing I want to talk about. Tom Green's house tonight. Did no one besides me watch this? Because it's still going on.
I don't think I did. No.
It's
I knew it existed, but I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, it would just be like a 24-hour live show of him just wandering around his house, and then he'd sit down into like his study, and he'd have a guest on, and it would act like a regular like talk show, and then he'd get up and like eat cereal and watch TV and like poop.
I think I may have watched one episode.
And it was it was like 2008, so there wasn't that many things like this.
It was a good idea.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it wasn't even like a pretend, it was like his actual house, right?
No, yeah, he put his house with a bunch of cameras. He actually has a beautiful view of wherever the hell he was living at the time. 2013, Green replaced a house with Tom Green Radio. It's just an audio podcast. So now he's got a little bit of privacy, I guess.
It kind of reminds me of, you guys ever seen that show, Win Ben Stein's Money?
I've heard of it.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of it.
It was this game show where, like, supposedly the money you're winning is actually the host's money. Apparently, the way that worked was, I think it was $5,000 was the big prize at the end of the show, if you made it to the end. And the reason they could legally call it Ben Stein's Money is because that's what Ben Stein gets paid per episode. And if you win the big prize, you get the money instead of Ben. He doesn't get paid for that episode.
Oh, did it ever happen?
Huh.
Oh yeah.
I think to get a really successful show on TV, you just have to give away.
It was a good show.
A couple of grand, yeah, and because the amount of money you'd make off advertising on TV and a major network would be
we don't really have
fucking
time
significant.
for this. We better switch over to ordinary sausage. We don't have time to go through all of Cowz's.
No, we got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's sausage, baby.
Yeah, that's sausage.
Gonna have to skip the dance off as well.
Fair enough.
Or at least I will. You guys can do it. But I'm gonna have to peace out after this.
No, it's not the same without you, dude. It's got to be all or nothing.
And also, I have to get back into bed and go to sleep because I've only had about 4 hours sleep in me. So.
Ooh, bone marrow sausage.
And I've got to go out the backyard and pretend that I'm an orc invading a certain country in a certain place and dig a trench.
And welcome back. I guess it's just about Halloween time. Let's get a little spooky with some bones. So here we have some beef bones that have been split for us. The night before, I soaked these in a saltwater solution and shoved them in the fridge to pull out some of these impurities. Some of these look more impure than the others, but it ain't gonna stop us. Give them a rub down in your favorite oil there. And then of course you add salt. You don't want to skip on the pepper. That's where the pepper taste comes from. So bone marrow is basically just like all fat. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to bake it and we'll mix it in with our pork butt. So this is going in at 350 degrees. Well, there you have it. It smells like a big pile of fat. Give it a little taste test here. Yep, it tastes like fat, all right. Partially frozen pork butt. This is one of the least exciting activities I've ever done. And then we'll include some of the drippings that also got in there.
All right,
the water's fine.
4 or 5.
That's
I'm calling it early.
Yield very little marrow. All right,
gotta keep the
we're not going
drippings.
to season this with anything else. We're going to use the salt and pepper from the bone marrow fat. I'm starting to get
Actually, it's going to be a 5, I
really
reckon.
Afraid.
Probably.
This is primarily what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
It's the pork a budding pork flower.
You can tell yourself it's just strawberry.
It's a blooming porkin.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
Much better than the blooming onion,
Bones connected to the
which is half the time
sausage
undercooked.
bone.
credit where it's due. Best version of that had to be the Family Guy joke of Outback Steakhouse for like the super fat people. It's not a blooming onion, it's a blooming pumpkin.
That'd be better.
That is one fatty sausage.
Destroy your toilet.
Oh my God.
2, 1. Let's sausage.
Nah.
Oh damn.
ASMR.
It's a big kahuna.
And that's the end of the
How was
sausage rope. Well, all right, we got 5 sausages out of
They
that.
also look
but
like
I
real
got a
sausages too, for
feeling
once.
That the fat's gonna leak out and shrink
Yeah,
the
they may
sausages
explode.
up.
Yeah.
With special apologies
Oh, that's cool.
to this
The
Mark
Ruffinator.
Ruffalo box artist. You
The
managed to wipe
Ruffinator.
out all the black ink in my printer. This will
That's
blow
my
is brought to you
secret,
by
Cap.
White
I'm
Ramen.
always angry.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
I almost want to watch this trailer.
Do it.
What
Do it.
what is happening there?
It's Vite Ramen. It's Vite Ramen. And it's he's being sponsored by it. And I have no idea what was going on there.
This is instant, fuller, richer broths made of high-quality ingredients and 50% less sodium from your typical supermarket ramen. This ramen is designed to be a full meal, not a snack. And boy, is it packed with vitamins. Just look at the back
I
of
think
this
we missed the
label.
good
White Ramen
part.
currently offers 5 delicious flavors.
Oh, well.
Beef, and sausage at checkout. Just click
It does
the
look like decent ramen, though.
Yeah.
Agreed.
For, you know.
Oh
instant-
damn!
So we got it out of there. It hit the box. The box fell over. I'm a little winded from that one. I'm gonna have to give that one a blow. 2
4.
Mark Ruffalo.
2? Bullshit. You knocked the box over. That's worth points.
We go.
It's actually not, and I think that needs to change. I think the rules need to change.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of fat in the pan.
Oh,
I think
Jesus.
they're done, but
It's the average American's blood type.
They don't look too good. But let's open one up and see how we did.
Look okay to me.
Yes. And here's hoping that all the bone marrow didn't leak out into the pan. Here we go!
It will have left flavor behind
Well,
anyways, even if it did.
certainly tastes like bone marrow. That's a taste that cannot be ignored. We have our sausage there. And so not too much going on with this sausage. It tastes like bone marrow. Actually, what it really tastes like is an unseasoned hamburger patty. So not that great. Not worth the effort.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to give this sausage
We should have
here
seasoned it then, bitch.
2 out of 5.
Yeah, he thought it could stand on its own. Oh, it's the pinky
He seasoned the
from Doom.
He seasoned the bones ahead of time, but he didn't put seasoning into the sausage mix afterwards as well.
Yeah, that good point. I thought the fat would have made it really pop with flavour though.
You'd think.
But the lack of seasoning may have done him in.
There we go.
Want to get the final
God.
the ghost pepper whopper out of the way, and then we can end the night? Seeing that we don't have Sweet Boy.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, hey
Do
there,
it.
folks, and welcome back,
Do
I
it.
guess. Mrs. Sausage assured me that no one was going to care about this the day after Halloween. Let's see what it looks like. It looks good so far. And
That's alright for what you get, I guess.
it's looking a little
I
disappointing.
like the Angry Whopper.
I'm
That was
not
my
gonna lie, I'm not
favorite.
going to mince my words here. What is this?
I like the
that would be
bacon,
ghost
the
pepper.
XL bacon
Alright, so
meals
it's
they used to do.
bacon,
That was
cheese,
good.
Ghost pepper and
That used to be my college years.
a lot
God, it
of
was so fat.
sass. It tastes like a spicy Whopper. Wait, aren't these seeds supposed to be black? Did they cheap out on me? Oh, they did cheap out on me. They're supposed to be black seeds on there.
Oh,
You better
shit.
have a black
Board license plates,
Whitewashing
mother
our
wears
seeds.
army pants.
Whoa.
Billy Boy Blue, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Board license plates, mothers wears army pants. You know what? Good. She fought for her country. She's allowed to at least wear clothes that makes her feel comfortable.
She earned that.
on ya. Oh,
We support our
foiled
veterans
again.
here, as
But
we
they did
support our
charge me
donations.
full price. 4 of these hamburgers cost me $32. And you may be saying, Mr. Sausage, is it really worth $7 and whatever cents? With black seeds, it would be. The whole premise
That's
here
the
is that
only
there's supposed to be
difference.
black seeds on it, and now there's no
This
black
doesn't seem like there's a lot of
That's
toppings
Burger
either.
King's name next
Look
to
what
a
was
Whopper with
promised.
black seeds on it. You know what they sold me? They sold me a lie.
They
It
did.
looks so gross. Well, Burger King, you've outfoxed me again. Frickin' Burger King. lies. It is a crime has been committed. I'm gonna take the buns off of 2 of these so that it's not so bunny.
Basically, don't need the hot dog bun at this
That
point.
can tell me if I'm entitled to monetary damages here. My darling, I've hungered for your sausage.
This, oddly enough, makes me want to have some oxtail soup. And I have oxtail soup, so I'm going to get some oxtail soup.
2, 1.
That is a little confusing, but oxtail soup is nice.
Mm-hmm. Gonna put in some black pepper for good measure.
Maybe it's a delayed reaction from those from the bone marrow.
Oh,
I
possibly.
thought it would make more sausage than that. It's a sticky one. Get off. With special thanks
That was a good
to
swing noise off of that knife.
Buffalo box artist? This guy. So will it blow?
Not really.
Doesn't blow at all.
Looks like a cigar for Groucho Marx.
So I'm gonna have to give this will it blow
0.
0 mark rubber.
Aww.
And
We
you may
can't
be
have
saying,
anything
what's
nice.
the point? You took the bun off of them anyway. It's the principle of the thing. Here we go.
Correct.
Fire hot!
What did he expect?
If Billy Boy Blue's mother was any fatter, she'd need her own zip code.
With the $5 dues from Bort license plate, responding in kind. If Billy Boy Blue's mother was any fatter, she'd need her own zip code. Well, you know, I mean, it's true, but you shouldn't mention it. You know, like, you shouldn't bring it up. That's just kind of rude. The $5 wasn't rude. It was very very
That was very
welcome.
polite, in fact.
Yes.
Please
Thank you
continue
very much for it.
via monetary exchanges. This is
Yeah.
Our once quiet and peaceful town has been ruined as these two warring factions vie for dominance.
Our quiet and peaceful town has been ruined by rampant capitalism.
Smells like American cheese.
Curse you, Mr. Monopoly!
What happens in taste in sausage form? Here we go. It's incredible. I mean, did you hear that crunch? The perfect amount of cheese, the perfect amount
did,
of
actually.
bacon, the perfect amount of reheated hamburger, a little bit spicy but not too much, and also the perfect amount of nut bun. Burger King's business practices may be a little unethical, but they can still make one heck of a hamburger that turns into one heck of a sausage. I'm gonna have to give this sausage here a 5 out of 5.
Damn.
Oh. At least we got a high score today at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Mexican-style thing for the ghost pepper. Nice.
Still mine.
Only because it's a minute. Fine.
God,
Did
my
you forget
ears.
to buy a Halloween costume?
I'm putting them on half
We're
speed,
gonna make our
increase
own
speed.
right now. I thought it was one piece when I bought it, but we can quickly fix this.
Not even a sausage.
And now we fashion the eye holes out of here. You gotta be able to see out of your steak face. Finishing it off with a nice
I
smile.
like stapled
if you're
steaks.
Not scared yet,
Uh.
you should be. Then you season it with a little pepper and salt. You gotta preserve the face steak. Then we're gonna lay it just so. I hope those metal staplers aren't gonna screw up the pan.
It's bovine face. Leather face is
Well, I
more
guess the only
acceptable
thing left
cousin.
to do is try it on. What do you think, Mrs. Sausage? Do I look good?
Yeah, pretty.
And the best part is you can cut a piece of your face off. Get a nice little chunk out there. And it's not bad. You need to keep your energy up when you're, eating all that candy.
Did anyone else
Happy
get nervous
Halloween,
when she
everybody.
started cutting that steak near his throat? Then the knife was held. I'm like, damn.
We don't kink shame on this channel.
She's been waiting for this opportunity for years.
I was drunk a few nights ago, and I swear to Christ, I was like, "What are we cooking today, Mrs. Sausage?" And she just slams this folder down on the table. Divorce papers.
It looks like Re-Dad from Ocarina of Time.
All right.
Do.
We're good. It is time. It is been a fun stream. Thanks so much for showing up there, Red. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure, guys. Thanks for asking me on.
Yeah. So I don't know who we're gonna get on next week, but we are gonna do a Elon extravaganza.
The Elon-sode.
Yeah,
the Muskisode.
The Muskisode.
I love criticizing Elon, so if you got room, I'll at least be in chat giving you my 2 cents worth.
See if you could wrangle up another person. Ooh, try to get an Elon simp on. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. If you know anybody who you have a good rapport with, that you could maybe reach out to, tell them what the game plan is for this time next week. And see how the dice may. If you can't, you can't. But I'm looking forward to that. We haven't had a gimmick episode since, like I said, the cooking episode. And I think the one before that was the Bearded Boozathon, which that seems like a lifetime ago. Christ. But yeah, it's been a great show, guys. Thank you so much for showing up. The donations, the likes, the good vibrations. Krenda?
Hit my link tree down there, and in an hour I'll hit up my Twitch account that's in my link tree for some. I'm gonna be playing Stray tonight. Kitty cat in sci-fi world with robots.
Can't go wrong.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As for me, I've started the horrible path of playing Disco Elysium, and I love it. So that will be me tomorrow. Continuing on the journey of the worst built character in the world, but somehow
I just got a copy of that recently too.
Nice. It will suck you in. My advice: do not restart your. Oh shit!
The body is round.
We got another donut.
Hey.
Yo, Bort. Your mom is so fat. Her blood type is bacon grease.
From Billy Boy Blue, $5 in response. Yo, Bort, your mom is so fat. Her blood type is bacon grease. You know what? You know what, Bort? You have as long as we can stretch this out for you to respond in kind, but that's it. So you're gonna have to make the judgment call.
Don't you dare send dozens of Streamlabs donations after the show's over.
Yeah, actually, if anyone does that, I will just read them. And you know what else? If we do end it here, we will do a straw poll to see who won the fight, Bort or Billy. Ooh. But that means
real answer is all of us won.
Oh, of course. The real people who won were the good our good sponsors of at Budget Lodge and Raid Shadow Legends. That's
after
right.
They pay us.
Yes. Oh, trust me, they've picked far worse people than us.
This stream was sponsored by NordVPN, Raid Shadow Legends, and what's the other one? Warhammer.
Sure.
Yeah, what do you call it? The all those knockoff gotcha game things.
There's a million of them.
Yeah. So no one has to donate, for God's sake. We can just end it here.